Social media sucks. It has taken over and consumed nearly everyone's life. It constantly begs for your attention and does everything it can to hold your attention for as long as possible. There are so many things that can and have gone wrong on social media platforms found throughout the internet. So why do we still use it? There's nothing a human loves more than attention. People love to be heard by others, and many of us think that we are a bigger deal than we really are. Social media provides the platforms that people need in order to satisfy this desire for attention. It gives people a place to present themselves and allows for anyone that finds a certain visual interesting to observe their life through a tiny window found on screens throughout the world. Now, I know my brain pretty well. I am the worst when it comes to paying attention and making sure that... So I talked to my friend Kelsey, who's an expert in psychology. Thank you so much for meeting with me, psychology expert Kelsey. Tell me, why do people need attention?
So I'm not an expert, just a lowly graduate psychology student. But I think that a big part of it relates to Maslow's hierarchy. That bottom layer is physiological, and our needs that include like food and shelter and water, just those things that keep us alive. And humans, when they're born, are very dependent upon their caregivers, unlike other animals that can kind of take care of themselves. Babies need attention, love, and care to get all of those things. The attention that we receive as children kind of ends up relating to that second layer, which is safety. And so we feel safe when we're receiving attention because that means our needs are going to be met. And then, attention plays into love and belonging, which is that third layer. For humans to do well, they need attention and love and care and personal and interpersonal relationships. And then the top two, esteem and self-actualization, just kind of go along with that. If we want people to do more than just survive, the attention needs to be of quality. But at the very basic level, people need attention to get the things that they need to survive. Any other questions?
Just one more question. Do you like my drawings? So now we know why people love and need attention. But how do these social media apps retain your attention? Welcome to a brief history of social media and what they brought to the table. On April 30th, 1993, the internet became available to the public. 2 years later, Classmates is considered to be the first social media site to exist. It's essentially an online high school yearbook database for people that are probably your parents now. This site still works if you actually want to check it out. This is Matthew McConaughey playing golf in high school.
All right.
LinkedIn is a professional networking site where people go to build their network, land jobs, recruit, and more. It is still essential today, and college courses revolve around this platform to help people start their careers. MySpace was the first platform that allowed people to express themselves in a casual manner. This helped shape social media's features for the future. Probably 87% of the world knows about Facebook. It is still considered to be one of the largest platforms to exist. Started in February 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook became the place to connect with your family, friends, and all the random strangers that friend request you just because you know their fifth cousin twice removed. This is still most likely your parents' go-to platform. YouTube is now the world's second largest search engine behind its owner, Google. In its infancy, I remember YouTube to be a place where I would watch cool basketball trick shot videos, fireworks, or funny fails. Now a community that thrives on engaging content, YouTube has shaped how videos are shown to others throughout the internet. Reddit is a place where you can create and join communities that fit your interest. This is cool because you get to decide what you want to be a part of. Many interesting things are to be found here. Keeping it short and sweet was the initial part of this platform. You could say whatever you want on the internet in 140 characters or less. Instagram seemed like the next biggest thing since Facebook. Primarily a photo sharing platform, this one helped elevate visual content and the rise of influencers. Snapchat. Basically, you just send pictures as conversations instead of messages, although you can still message people. TikTok. This is probably going to become one of the biggest platforms to exist in the future. This is also the one that ruined my attention span. Short, quick videos and memes are what has flooded my feed, and honestly, it's insanely addictive. Be real. This is the latest platform that I have learned and tried. You get one chance to take a picture at a random point of the day and only 2 minutes to do so. This is why it's called Be Real. It forces you to be real. Our honorable mentions include Pinterest and Tumblr. These are essentially different forms of Twitter and Instagram. Okay, but how do they catch my attention? Well, Instagram has this feature called Stories, which displays content for only 24 hours. That means I get stuck in a loop having to use the app every day if I don't want to miss out on content. TikTok feeds me endless video content that can expose me to new hobbies, music, and different parts of the world. It never ends and the content is made to capture your attention. Snapchat is essentially texting but with pictures, so you won't know what your friend said until you open the message, and the only way to do that is through the app. Facebook has literally become a marketplace for everything. Content, local businesses, motorcycles, boats, hot dogs. You can message your friends, you can date. It's like a social media mall on a Black Friday sale. So basically, hell. And currently the latest offender of stealing my attention is BeReal. See, you can't actually use BeReal until BeReal says you can. Additionally, you only get 2 minutes to take your picture before you become a late poster.
Hey, did you just take my picture?
This requires me to check every notification sent to my phone, and that requires my attention. However, you can still just post one whenever you want, so it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the notification. And some pictures seem staged sometimes, which defeats the whole purpose and excitement of BeReal. This is framing. It's the concept that you get to decide what the audience sees when creating a piece of content. How this has become a problem is people have begun to choose what they show to the world about their lives. This can lead to misleading lifestyles and a misrepresentation of who someone really is. The biggest offender of this is travel content. It only shows the best part of the trip and none of the stuff that went wrong. Canceled flights, stolen wallets, it never seems to make it to the final cut. This is what is wrong about social media. It kills us slowly by only showing how great we are, chipping away at those that aren't at the same level. Wow, that was pretty dark. But there are also some good aspects of social media. It keeps us connected with tons of people around the world. This was evident during COVID. It holds politicians accountable for things they've said in the past. Obama! You can become a part of communities that expand your interests. You can literally learn anything you want on YouTube. It's insane how much content there is revolving around every topic. And finally, it allows for people to share and express their creativity to spark ideas in others. Sometimes content feels manufactured and repetitive and there's no originality. But if it can spark a good idea in others, then it's done its job. This is the most enslaving part of social media. The satisfaction of your creation being well received by others. It's nice to receive affirmations, but the dangerous part is it can bleed into your self-worth. Basing your worth off of how others feel about your work is destructive. People are mean. It takes a lot to put something out into the world, and when done right, it can have a lot of power over problems that need to be solved. The world has been going downhill for a long time, so it's up to us to take action and promote healthier thinking through social media platforms. There are some who seem to think money can solve the problems we face with social media. Some even go as far as buying an entire platform to protect free speech. But as we've seen with past leaders, give someone too much money and power, and their self-interests take over. Say anything you want, but if it hurts my feelings or I don't like it, I will get rid of it. This has happened with Twitter. Though it seems like hiding public tweets is a small problem, it creates one-sided conversations. I can't help but think this will only expand into areas where people send messages through other mediums. I use social media to express my thoughts. I use different forms of art to share these messages and impact others. That is why I continue to use social media. But it's a shame to think that eventually my art could be censored based on an individual's political views and self-interests.